most sight.
Other story, I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and it was talking about the Gcaba brothers, or the Gcaba family rather. So it's this family in the KZN that is apparently they have run the taxi business there, and they're super affluent, super powerful, super connected family in the KZN. And allegedly, they are implicated in this whole AKA and Tibbs being murdered case. So we're gonna watch the intro of this documentary, and then we're gonna speak about it. Okay. All right. So the documentary is by Media Gang Bros. Shout out to them. It's called The Dangerous KZN Family Gcaba Bros.
And they are well-known kingpins who are serious career criminals, and the police are doing little to stop them. Additionally, whole entire families have built empires from dealing in the underworld, and through their connections with the higher-ups, managed to evade consequences. What's also unique about the South African crime landscape is that, going back to the 1970s, crime in the taxi characters and those who are taxi empires, they are mostly known to be notorious. And concerning families who own taxi empires, they are mostly known to be notoriously dangerous, and the more money and taxis they have, the more ruthless they become.
Yeah, sure.
During the court proceedings of the late rapper AKA and Tibbs' case, it was revealed that a member of a notorious family from KZN could be involved in the payments of the suspects. You see, everybody was surprised to hear that one of the Gcaba brothers may be involved, because these are people you don't want as enemies. You see, they have influence and power, especially in the KZN region, and they are connected to the former president, Jacob Zuma. The Gcaba brothers were born from different mothers, and their father Mkhuleko Simon Gcaba started the taxi empire in the early 70s. You see, the affluent businessman owned several enterprises in Umlazi township, including Sonke and Mama's Bakery. You see, Simon had 5 wives and was assassinated in Feb of 1996 in a suspected taxi violence hit. The Gcaba family are taxi owners. They have a fleet of over 500 taxis, including buses. You see, the organization owns one of the largest taxi operations in the country. See, Simon's sons took over the family business and made it grow and spread throughout the KwaZulu-Natal province. You see, years after their father was assassinated, the Gcaba Brothers organization has become a household name in South Africa. The brothers are nephews to former President Jacob Zuma, and they were accused of financially sponsoring the July 2021 unrests after Zuma's arrest. And
that's crazy. I didn't even know that. Eh? Wow. Interesting.
It was also alleged that they financed Zuma's political campaigns by transporting his teams all over the country.
As the country awaits the identities of the alleged provocateurs of the rampant looting and arson of the past week, the controversial Gcaba brothers want to clear their family name. Following the arrest of former President Jacob Zuma 2 weeks ago, unidentified voice notes began making rounds on social media calling for the unrest. Some of the voice notes were alleging that the Gcaba brothers had sponsored the routers with transport services. In a recent voice note, a woman alleges that the Gcaba brothers are planning to transport supporters of the former president to a shutdown planned for Monday, 19 July at the East Coast Correctional Center.
It might be that there is this thing that we are the relatives of Mr. Zuma. And therefore, because we
So this is one of the Gcaba brothers.
The relatives of the former president, and people that have got this notion and this thing in their heads that we might be sponsoring the violence or we might be financing it, whatever. I can't really tell you where this thing comes from, but we think our biggest sin is that one, that because of the relationship that we've got with the Zuma family and the former president and his family, therefore people that have got this thinking in their head and this assumption, but which is not true. We've got nothing to do with anarchy, looting, theft, and anything that is happening right now.
The Gcaba Brothers organization has been linked to various criminal activities, including murder, extortion, weapons trafficking, and other illegal businesses. You see, they are known throughout South Africa for being ruthless to many who've dared to cross their path. It is believed that the Gcaba Brothers have used their wealth to buy the loyalty of several police officials and powerful
He had to show Cele. Had to show them with a bag of Wow.
politicians. Now, Mandla, Thembiso, and Mfundo are the most famous Gcaba siblings. You see, Mandla used to head and manage the Gcaba Brothers taxi empire, and he's probably the most prominent in the family, and many say he's played a key role in transforming South Africa's taxi sector. In 2012, Mandla denied using political influence and being Jacob Zuma's nephew to get a 300 million rand Port Shepstone transport contract. Now, the contract went to Ugu Transport, which was 80% owned by taxi operators and 20% owned by a smaller bus operator, including Mandla's Amandla Imicabango Tradings Company.
Wow. Okay. All right, guys. So that's some of the that documentary. Yeah, it's very, very, very interesting. You guys go watch the rest of it. Yeah, so apparently they are implicated in the whole AK story. Apparently the ones that sponsored the hit, or they paid for the hit. So yeah, that's pretty deep, interesting, and we'll see where this goes. I mean, the AK case, I mean, it's sort of developing. It's going in like different directions and everything, but I don't know. It's interesting to see what's going to happen. But yeah, let's move on to the last story.
Well.
You know you ain't paid for
I'm
that.
on site.